Well, I wasn't planning on recording this video right now, but I just thought actually now's as good a time as any to just brain dump what's on my mind, and hopefully you're watching and listening and it's vaguely interesting. I'm just home from an hour in a radio studio where I got to guest present and guest edit on BBC Radio 5 Live, a national radio station in the UK, where I got to talk about ME and try and raise awareness of the illness, the disease, the condition, try and improve understanding, generate awareness. And this is going to sound really silly. I just feel like I want to cry. I got home about an hour after the interview, and it was weird coming home to an empty flat because Alan, my fiance, is at work at the moment, and suddenly just coming home to quiet and nothingness. I just suddenly got really emotional. I'm sorry. Just really emotional, having the chance to try and raise awareness, and then looking on my phone at and I don't mean dozens, I mean hundreds of messages from strangers. Just the main message, aside of thank you, which is so kind of people to say, is just people grateful that someone's been able to articulate what this blasted thing is like, because it's no one's fault, but it's so hard for people to understand what ME is when you sort of, you can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't touch it. There's not like a big bruise or a scar or stitches on your body or a cast or a sling or a bandage. And when you start talking about fatigue and pain, people understandably think about, oh yeah, you're a bit tired, oh, you're a bit achy. So to be able to talk about it on the radio is just astonishing. The hour flew by. I mean, absolutely flew by. And I got a call straight afterwards from the editor of the programme saying, thank you so much. We've been absolutely inundated with tweets and texts and phone calls, so much so they did an extra slot later in the programme about it. But it's just highlighted to me how many people are struggling, suffering in silence, isolated, lonely, frustrated, angry, guilty, knackered, whatever it may be. And that any bit of coverage that this thing gets is so appreciated. It's something I didn't know about it a year ago, and I'm finding my way, but to try and help raise awareness. Somebody mentioned that it'd be good to do a podcast. It's something I'd not given any thought to, and I'm not making any promises now, but I was just thinking, actually, yeah, a podcast where we can talk to different people, whether it's experts, policymakers, people living with it, people trying to campaign to raise awareness, that might do some good. But really, I'm just recording this because it felt like the right thing to do. There's no conclusion to the end of this video beyond just saying thank you to everybody who tuned in. If you missed it, I'll put a link somewhere down there, probably. I'll suss it out, where you can listen back to an hour-long programme all about ME. We heard from a lady who has had it for decades, who now works for an ME charity, a medic who's involved in research, Jennifer Brea, the lady who made the documentary called Unrest. You're probably aware of it, and if you aren't, try and watch Unrest. It's on Netflix at the moment and probably on loads of other things as well. We ran out of time in the hour. I wanted to talk to her for like 15-20 minutes, and we had about 2 minutes, unfortunately, but that's the way it went. And then some really moving callers and people sending messages in, sharing their story that makes me realise I'm not alone, and I kind of know that anyway. But when you're hearing people share their stories, it is so powerful. So to every single one of you, if you're one of those people watching this now, thank you, and keep up the good fight. And that fight begins with being kind to yourself, look after yourself. No worries about being off, no worries about cancelling on people because you're too knackered, no guilt about not being at work or whatever it may be. Look after you. You are the only thing that matters in your life right now. I know that's not quite true, but if you think like that, focus on you, kindness, rest, relaxation, letting go of hang-ups and worries. Worry is the most ridiculous, pointless thing. Why worry about something that hasn't even happened? It is almost madness. And I'm not saying you're mad or I'm mad, but when we worry, it's a bit mad, isn't it? It's just a waste of energy. Your battery is so valuable. Looking after you is so valuable. So dial up the kindness, which is what I plan to do now. My plan is to go to bed for a few hours. It's now 4:20 in the afternoon. But I just wanted to record a video whilst it was all on my mind. I needed someone to talk to, and because there's no one at home right now, you're it. Take care. Bye.